You're watching the sports and political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And before we get down to business, I would ask you to give me a subscribe on my backup YouTube channel, Burning Hot Topics. It will be the same raw, unadulterated, uncompromising commentary that you will get on the sports and political channel of LB. So if you give me a subscription there on my backup YouTube channel, Burning Hot Topics, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you want to donate to my YouTube channel, here's my Cash App, here's my PayPal. Any and all donations are accepted. Now, let's get to the video. So, Angel Reese got the internet big mad over LSU whooping Iowa to the tune of 102-85 in the national championship game on Sunday. Now, as a result of this, right, you had the First Lady, Jill Biden, who is the wife of President Joe Biden, came up with something that was so nonsensical to where she wanted to invite both teams to the White House. Now, the first president to bring in a team that won a championship was Ulysses Grant in 1869. Never, and I do mean never, in this history, to where the losing team of a championship game, whether it be the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the World Series, or whatever, gets invited to the White House. We've never seen that. But we're going to set a precedent because we feel sorry for Caitlin Clark, her Iowa Hawkeyes, because they worked so hard to get to this point, and they came up just a little bit short. And we want to commemorate Caitlin Clark's accomplishments. What? And this is why sports has gotten so diluted. The competition is gone now. We just want to invite everybody, right? This is so nonsensical within itself to where, hey, let's invite the first loser and the winner to the White House, to where Angel Reese replied on Twitter that this was a joke, and she's absolutely right. This was a joke. And then you have people within her confines, whether it be in the White House press secretary and all that, trying to walk back her comments and all. She knew what she said, so I don't need no immigrant, lesbian tether and Corinne Stud Pierre trying to do all this splaining for Jill Biden. She knew what she said. I don't need none of your bootleg handlers to come in my comment section and try to explain what she said. She knew what she said. She's very competent. She's a doctor. She has a doctor title in front of her name. She's very competent, and she know what the hell she said. What's up, Ted Cox? Day Love, salute. So don't try to come on here and white explain or explain her comment. She knew what she said. Because what do I always say? One thing you can't take back is words after they're said. Trying to walk this thing back. Why? You know there's going to be outrage about this? We know there's outrage about it. You guys always show your racism whenever we do something that's of the same thing that you guys did. That train never late. Now, I'm gonna read this article real fast, right? Because this thing sparked all kinds of backlash after she said it. Now, all of a sudden, she seemingly backed off the joint White House visit between LSU and Iowa. Coming from WWLTV.com out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, after mounting backlash on social media, First Lady Jill Biden's office seemingly backed off statements that she wanted the defeated Iowa women's basketball team to be invited to the White House in addition to the national title winner, Louisiana State University. This comes off the heels of the 102-85 victory over Iowa from the stands on Sunday night because she was present at the game. Later, while speaking in Denver, she praised Iowa's sportsmanship and congratulated both teams on their performance. She said that, I know we'll have champions come to the White House. We always do, but we hope LSU will come too. Because, you know, I'm going to tell Joe I think Iowa should come too because they played such a good game. They were getting their asses beat. You were at the game, woman. You were at the game. What do you mean they played a good game? They were getting whooped. What's up, first down? Yeah, I remember that. How could we forget? How could we forget? They're playing a good game. I can see if the game came down to the final shot where it was a buzzer beater. Yeah, that was a good game. But when you're getting your ass beat from pillar to post, that's not a good game. The game was over at halftime. The comment sparked immediate backlash across the country and from the national champions. LSU star Angel Reese tweeted a link to the story on Jill Biden's remarks on Monday. A joke, she wrote, along with 3 rolling on the floor laughing emojis. Exactly what it was. It was a joke. Reese's teammate Alexa Moore suggested that the LSU team should celebrate at Michelle Obama's house. On Tuesday, Press Secretary to the First Lady Vanessa Valdivia tried to calm the growing fires on social media. This is what she said. Here comes the white-splaining, right? The First Lady loved watching the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship game alongside young student athletes and admires how far women have advanced in sports since the passing of Title IX. Her comments in Colorado were intended to applaud the historic game and all women athletes. She looks forward to celebrating the LSU Tigers on their championship win at the White House. Now, before Valdivia's statement, other prominent personalities chime in on the personality. For once in his pathetic life, Stephen A. Smith, the consummate buck dancer in our society, said that this was a bad suggestion. Runner-ups don't get invited to the White House. Why are we trying to change it now? And then you got RG3 come out and said that LSU should not have shared the stage with Iowa at the White House. And her husband, President Joe Biden, also issued a statement on Tuesday congratulating both LSU women and UConn of the men of winning the national championship. Now, a little known fact that's out there, Angel Reese has a cousin who plays for UConn that won their game last night. They handled San Diego State University. I mean, the game wasn't even close. But going back to what she said, what's up, caller? That was a really bad suggestion. It was a really bad suggestion. I mean, what next? Are we really gonna hand out participation trophies now? Why do you think the NBA is handing out all these? They're adding all these awards now. My goodness. I mean, what did she get? I mean, what did she expect that was gonna happen? Now, mind you, as I said before in the video, we've never seen this. The whole tradition of sports teams going to the White House started in 1869. Throughout its whole history, when have you known the first loser to go to the White House? What are they gonna do? They gonna sit there and watch the winners celebrate with the president? I mean, what was you going? I tell you, man, some people don't think, man. I some people don't think before they speak, man. I'm telling you. What's up, Nathan? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Smash the like button, y'all. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and also ring that notification bell and donate to my channel, right? But appreciate y'all for being up in here. And why would Iowa even accept something like that? Yeah, I know we got our asses beat by that team and all that, but we need to prove that we're the better, bigger team by accepting this invitation to the White House so we can watch the winners take pictures and smile in this racist Joe Biden, I mean, this President Joe Biden's face. Now, through all the hoopla and the backlash and the racism that these white supremacists out here throwing out here in the atmosphere, Caitlin Clark, to her credit, in an interview earlier today, said all the right things, right? She said all the right things. But the one thing that she said that stood out was the fact that Angel Reese did not deserve the treatment she's getting. She did not deserve this unfair backlash that she's getting because she did the Tony Yayo, "You Can't See Me," right? Because that's who started it, not John Cena. That's one thing that idiot Stephen A. Smith got wrong. That "You Can't See Me" shtick that John Cena did. John Cena himself, on an interview during Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, said he got that from Tony Yayo. So if John Cena is willing to admit that he got that from Tony Yayo, why won't these idiots, buck dancing sellouts out here, and these other racists won't admit the same thing? John Cena himself would tell you he got that from Tony Yayo. So why we got people out here trying to rewrite history? So people like Keith Olbermann and that one owner from Barstool Sports or whatever saying that Angel Reese was a piece of shit. No, you're a piece of shit. You're a whole gaping butt crack. That's what you are to that owner of Barstool Sports. So Caitlin Clark herself, what's up, LVZ? Caitlin Clark herself came out and debunked all this nonsense, right? She didn't think nothing of it. She actually said all the right things, and yet you got these white supremacists out here just displaying their fake outrage every goddamn day. They just look for things to be outraged about when it comes to us black folks. So Keith Olbermann can run his mouth, talk about what a fucking idiot, and she was not displaying class and all that. Get your ass out of here. That's why you've been fired from all these different media outlets you've been on, whether it be ESPN or MSNBC or whatever outlet that decided to give you a platform temporarily before they decided to fire your stupid ass. Yeah. She not even complaining about it. Exactly, bro. She not even complaining about it. But you got all these other racists out here talking this shit. Oh, well, she's not being classy, and she's being unprofessional, and she's being ghetto, and all this other nonsensical stuff they be saying out their mouth. Boy, I want to say some stuff, man, but I'm telling you, man, I know I'm gonna get a strike, boy, if I do. So I gotta tread carefully, boy. But trust me, there's a lot of other stuff I want to say. I want to get my brothers in here. I want to get LVZ and a couple other brothers in here so we can chop this up, man. Because there's only one way I want to chop this up, man. I can't chop this up without having my brothers come here and talk about this stuff, man. This is crazy. So my question to the first lady, right, who tried to do a first-time thing, what made you think this was a good idea, huh? And then CNN put out a trash article too. So we're just going to overshadow LSU's national championship win and just focus on Caitlin Clark, right? Oh, she won all the individual accolades. Oh, she won National Player of the Year, leading scorer, all this other stuff, right? Yeah, we know LSU won the national championship, and that's good and all that. But look, we're not talking about that right now. We focus on this one individual hit in Caitlin Clark, right? Oh, let's not forget, and I forgot to talk about this in the video yesterday. In the national semifinal game against South Carolina, she waved off one of the South Carolina players like she wasn't nothing. Nobody got in the over the top histrionics about that. Nobody was outraged about that. Nobody was talking about class and how she disrespecting the game and all that, and how that was ugly and distasteful. Nobody said anything about that, right? What's up, Mark Wonderlick? Logical Raptors fan, aka Mike G. Nobody said anything about that. But as soon as Angel Reese does something, right, then all of a sudden there's a problem. But see, people were big mad. These racists were big mad about what Dawn Staley said, because that thing was still fresh in the back of their head. When Dawn Staley went up in that press conference, she called out all those racists that were saying all that stuff about her team, calling them bullies, saying they looked like they were getting in bar fights and all this other stupid shit. And Dawn Staley checked every last white media member that sat down there and was asking those questions. They was still big mad at Dawn Staley. And since they couldn't get at Dawn Staley, they felt that Angel Reese was the path of least resistance. I'll always talk about how white supremacy likes to take the path of least resistance. Unfortunately for them, Angel Reese stood up and stood out. And she was not going to apologize for that. And she called out their hypocrisy and double standards in front of their face. What's up, man? What you got?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How you doing, LB? What's going on? Good?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. What you got?
Man, moving the goalposts. That's what white supremacy does, man. Moving the goalposts. Shit. Listen, So the white chick from Iowa, what's her name, Caitlin Clark, came up talking about this should be LSU's moment and not Iowa's moment. She's because those are being invited by Joe Biden, and you look at the comment section, and they're pretty much talking about class act and all of this stuff. And I commented under the thread talking about, listen, the only reason why she's saying this is because Joe Biden brought it up. And I 100% wholeheartedly agree that she potentially wants Iowa to come to the White House. And never in my motherfucking life have I seen the losing team of a championship game be invited to the White House. Do you agree, LB?
I've never seen that.
Ever. These people are big mad. So, you got Angel Reese talking about she supports Obama. She wants Michelle Obama to invite LSU to the House as her initial response. And, a lot of people are giving her flack about that. And I'm just, I keep my comments to myself about this because, she's only 20 years old. She, like a lot of black folks, especially them old niggas, like Jason Black always said, are politically immature. So I'm not gonna knock on for that. I mean, everybody knows.
Trust me, I got a video coming up about that because these same old ninjas always coming around instead of defending our sister who's being attacked by these white supremacists. What they say, oh no, you can't be out here acting like that now. You're supposed to be treated like a lady. You can't be out here carrying on like that. You're supposed to carry yourself like a grown black lady. You're supposed to get back down here and let them folks just whoop your ass and burn the post. You can't be out here ruffling these people's feathers out there. Don't you know they got your whole life in their hands? That's the kind of shit they be saying.
It's sad, man. It's sad, man. So, like I said before, I'm not knocking on her for that, But, them old Negroes called Barack Obama their president because at the end of the day, that was their goal, to get a black man or a black woman in the White House. They don't care about policies. They don't care about tangibles. They don't even care about any form of reimbursements for the descendants of slaves. They could care less. We are clearly seeing the economy falling down in the U.S. right before our eyes, and you got old Negroes telling us to keep going to work. This is sad, man. It's sad as hell. But again, shout out to Angel Reese, shout out to LSU, and let's keep it a buck. Majority of these people are not interested in women's sports, especially in college basketball, particularly college basketball. Okay, none of these people can name the top 5 WNBA players of all time, let alone the best players from the NCAA women's division going back 10 years. They can't name it. This woman, Caitlin Clark, whatever her name is, was doing that You Can't See Me from John Cena, which originated, I repeat, originated from the one and only Tony Yayo. Shout out to Queens. Shout out to Queens. Tony Yayo did that. John Cena admitted it in multiple interviews that he got that from Tony Yayo. Actually, he got that from his brother. John Cena got it from his brother, who told him that he got it from Tony Yayo. So, like I said before, she was doing this for at least, she was pretty much doing it for the whole season, and nobody batted an eye. So if y'all want to try to justify this, we can go back to the entire season, which y'all don't give a fuck about. This is exactly why Angel Reese is being unapologetic. Now, I will say this, LB, and I know a lot of people are going to give me some flack for saying this. They're going to put a lot of pressure on this woman. A whole lot of pressure on this woman. You know why? Because it's one thing to be cocky. It's another thing to be a nigga and cocky. These crackers do not like cocky niggas. And Joe Biden inviting Iowa to the White House is the indisputable proof. They do not like cocky niggas, bro. For real.
What's up, homie? Salute, bro. Yeah, man. Shout out to the homie CB Sports TV in the building. Look, they can they can say whatever they want. These useless hacks out there can say whatever they want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Angel Reese don't gotta apologize for nothing. Cause for one, she ain't did nothing wrong. And people sit up here and try to do all this explaining and try to do this, that, and the third and all that and try to justify that. Man, fuck all that. It's competition. And I find it funny that the people who've never got involved in any kind of competitive sport are the ones out here talking this nonsense.
Exactly. Yo, you took the words out of my mouth. Like I said before, they do not support sports that much. We want to be clear about it. And shout out to my homie Tom Business. Tom Biz caught it down the middle. The reason why they allowed Michael Jordan to talk trash, to be a trash talker, one, he was generating billions of dollars to the NBA. He was the first player to ever do it. Two, he was doing the trash talking to black athletes. Everybody knows that black athletes are an afterthought when it comes to their feelings and what they do in their personal life. As long as you entertain, that's what it matters. But if you get out of line, you know what time it is, bro.
Yeah, man. What's up, Lemon Pepper Lou, RG Titan? What's good with y'all? Yeah, man. Shit crazy, man. And to think that this stuff still goes on to this, and you know what? This ain't gonna be the last moment. This ain't gonna be the last moment where where double standards and the utter hypocrisy is gonna be right up in our face. Because anti-black racism is about as natural as American pie.
Yo, LB, you know what's really interesting? A lot of
But,
these so-called white liberals, they love to be the most outspoken group of people.
but these
After,
liberals,
after,
they
after
not,
no,
look. You got to understand, conservative, liberal, progressive, moderate, anti-black, all that's just anti-black, racist, interchangeable terms and all that, right? Republican, Democrat, all that shit, all that is interchangeable white supremacist term, right?
exactly, I agree with you with that, you know. But the thing is that a lot of white people want to be outspoken after the fact when black people suffer. For example, when you get an exoneration case of a black person, they want to be the most outspoken. Oh, he didn't deserve this. This, that, and the third. Where was you motherfuckers at before it happened? See, I'm the type of person who wants to prevent things from happening to a black person that is blatantly horrendous. That's my perspective. I want to see white people in on a non-black person pretty much sacrifice their time and energy to prevent horrendous acts to black people to happen. But I see the opposite every day.
Yeah, exactly. So, as far as I'm concerned, man, this was a dumb idea, right? Somebody should have stopped there and be like, look, that's not a smart idea, right? You mean to tell me all these people around you, all these people around this woman, and not one of them have enough nuts to say, hey, look, I don't think you should do that, right? This is a bad idea. That's how you know they got a whole bunch of yes men and yes women that ain't gonna challenge them.
You know, but LB, this is so good because if you look at the conversations, these white people are supporting this. Okay, these white people are supporting this shit, bro.
Of course they
They,
support this
they,
nonsense.
they, and they
Do
all
you expect anything different?
hell fucking no. I expect nothing different, bro. And truth be told, this is and Joe Biden pretty much did what most black people thought of her and her husband, a goofy ass husband, has always been racist. So to all you vote blue, no matter who Negroes, what you gotta say now? Now this is not about any form of tangibles or political policies that y'all claim that they're gonna pass for black people. This is about a goddamn game. a game where traditionally the winner of the championship game will be invited to the White House, and they want to move the goalposts. Do you goofy ass Negroes not see what's going on? Could you would put that aside and try to vote for the same motherfucker that locked your sons, your uncles, and your brothers in jail for the betterment of over 45 years? Going back to 1972, because that's when he drafted the first draft of the crime bill. He drafted it 4 times, people. He drafted the crime bill 4 times before it was signed into law. He had no intention of changing it into the direction of everybody instead of particularly black people. Let's keep it a buck. Or every black person can vouch to the fact that our communities were over-policed mainly because of the crime bill. The 94 crime bill was the ticket. Over $7.6 billion was invested in all police departments in this country between 1994 and 1998. That's one of the largest spendings given to the police departments in the 20th century. Shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Like I said, we not in the business of handing out participation trophies. You know, this is a reason why we have competition. There's a reason why we have a winner, and there's a reason why we have a loser, right? And Iowa lost. They got to deal with it, right? We're not gonna sit up here and be like, well, you know, they should share the spotlight because it was a good game. No, it wasn't. It was an ass whooping. That's what it was.
It was an ass whooping.
102 to 85 ain't no competitive game. That's an ass whooping.
That's a damn near 30 point lead. That was an ass whooping.
Somebody can't be getting beat by 17 points and talk about this is such a competitive game. Both teams really play hard. What? Who doesn't play hard when they take the court? And that's another thing that really burns me up when I hear like, oh man, you know, somebody play hard, and I'm like, why do you think they're on the court? They're on the court just to get exercise, to lose some weight? No.
Exactly.
Anytime somebody on the court, they're already playing hard. Now playing smart might be a different animal, but this thing about, oh man, these guys, you know, they both left it out on the court and all that. Get the fuck out of here with that dumbass shit. You sound stupid.
Thank you. And LSU was playing smart. Iowa wasn't, because Iowa was playing smart. The score would be deadlocked. We probably would have seen overtime if Iowa was playing smart. It wasn't playing smart. It wasn't playing smart offense. It wasn't playing smart defense. Okay.
And then you got that other crumps, that butter biscuit crumb snatcher, and Jason Whitlock. He trying to put on his Scrappy Doo cape by saying that, well, you know, the difference between what Kentley Clark did and what Adrian Reese did is that this was you know, a lot more people watched the national championship game. What are you on? What? Jason Whitlock, look, you take your extra crispy butter biscuit eating ass up out of here saying that dumbass shit.
Yo, bro, don't even pay that goofy ass Negro no mind. He gets paid for saying what he said. He knows damn fucking well that a hand gesture of taunting to a degree is considered unsportsmanlike, depending on who takes offense to it. He knows it. And in this case, what Angel Reese did to Caitlin Clark was pretty much one of the most offensive things to white people overall since Obama took office in 2008. That's how bad it was. This young queen, this sister, she damn near turned social media the fuck up on some overdrive shit. She's getting death threats, bro. This woman is getting death threats. That shit's sad, man. Over a game.
Because that just goes to show you how racist these people are, right? But Jason Whitlock wouldn't defend that. Look, Jason Whitlock sweating is like a pig sweating in a goddamn smoker at 275. Okay? There's only one time he sweats like that is when he getting meat sweats at Golden Corral. Okay?
Hey man, he got to live up that Golden Corral, man. And I got them Red Lobster. Shit, the food's not good for him.
Right.
But you know, he gets paid about $2.6 million a year. So shit. What you gonna do? It's cool. His integrity died a long time ago, bro. It died a long time ago. A long time ago. Especially when you do that mockumentary with Colin Kaepernick with Kid from Kid and Play. That shit was horrendous. And he was able to keep his job too. Even though a lot of black people caught in that show that had him fired. These one day I can respect about white people, they will protect their coons if it keys to their interests. And Jason Whitlock was on his way for losing his job in Fox Sports.
He already lost his job at Fox.
Oh, what I'm saying at that time. At that time, though. But now, shit, you know, he's gonna keep cooning. He's gonna keep cooning. So that's what coons do, man. No integrity. They're gonna lie. They're gonna regurgitate. They're going to convince black people to embrace the lie no matter what, because they have the losing mentality. Yeah. And Angel Reese, and they hate people like Angel Reese because Angel Reese proceeds to the winning mentality. Okay, like I said before, they hate cocky niggas. So this will always be bigger than Angel Reese. Okay, they did the same thing to Simone Biles, did the same thing to Gabby Douglas, they did the same thing to Muhammad Ali, they did the same thing to Deontay Wilder. Did they break him? No. Deontay Wilder comes back after a loss to Tyson Fury and knocks out Helenius in one round.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing. His knockout power supersedes Tyson's. Yeah, I said it. And speaking of which, man, well, you know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself because I seen Tyson and Wilder chopped it up in Saudi Arabia, so it's good. It's good. But you know, that's I'm gonna keep it to myself.
All right. Well, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I think we cooked on this enough. Hey. I think we took all this meat off the bone in this particular one. I thank everybody for watching, and make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the mighty Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt!